Good morning. Today we are going to interview one of the English teachers of our school, IESO Vía de la Plata. Hi, Mr. Sanabria.
Hi.
First of all, thanks for your time and for letting us interview you. We are going to ask you a few questions so that everyone gets to know you better.
Perfect.
Let's start.
Why did you decide to become a teacher of English?
Because when I was in IESO 4th, I had a really motivating English teacher that made me love the subject, and she made me want to become a teacher.
How long have you been teaching?
Well, I started teaching in 2012, but after that there was a big crisis in Spain and I stopped teaching for 2 years. So I have been teaching for about 6 years.
Have you ever liked a word?
Yes, I spent a year living in London when I was at university. I got an Erasmus grant. Do you know what an Erasmus is? Yes. And then I went there to study for a year in the UCL, in the University of London.
Why do you think all students must learn English?
Because it's the global language and you need it for communicating with people of other countries, and in your future you will also need it to get any job you want.
Any tips for learning language?
Well, first of all, you have to be really patient. You are not going to learn a language in a year, as Rome wasn't done in a day. Later, it's good to set yourself some objectives you want to achieve. After that, you have to try to learn as much vocabulary as possible. You have to look for communicative situations, such as trying to speak with native people. After that, you have to listen to music in the foreign language and watch some movies in the original version. You have to learn about the culture of that language, and something which is really important, don't be scared of making mistakes. You will make mistakes, of course you will make them, but while doing errors and mistakes you will learn. And of course there are plenty of resources on the internet to learn languages you can take profit from. Next question.
What is your favorite age to teach?
Well, I prefer teaching to older students, such as 4th IESO or bachillerato ones. It is supposed that they are at the high school because they want to learn. So they used to be more interested in learning English, but this is not always true. Teaching lower levels, such as IESO 1st or IESO 2nd, is also really interesting because you can do other kind of activities that you cannot do in bachillerato. And students of IESO are more cute.
How do you make learning fun for your students?
Well, I try to make my students be balanced. What I mean is that sometimes you have to work on grammar activities which you will think they are boring and motivating, but you have to do them. And we also try to work on interactive activities such as Kahoot for reviewing the contents of the unit, or some role plays for practicing the speaking, watching videos and listening to songs for practicing the listening, and so on and so forth. Which is the next question?
In your opinion, what are the biggest challenges that teachers face today?
From my view, the biggest challenges for us are the great diversity of students we've got in the classroom. We've got students of different levels in a same classroom, and that is really difficult for us to deal with because it's really demotivating for us.
And the biggest challenge for students?
Well, I think that the first thing is that most of you don't like English at all. And also Spanish are considered to be the worst English learners, and this is because we don't have enough contact with the language. Another one could be that you have to study much more subjects, and so you cannot break their backs on the English subject.
What is the most satisfying moment in your teaching career?
The most satisfying moment in my teaching career hasn't arrived yet. I'm studying now for my oposición, or public examination exams, which are in June, and when I pass them, it will be the best moment for me.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, I'm not an ambitious person, so I think myself just like now, but without having to study.
What do you like to do when you are not teaching?
When I'm not teaching, I like to hang out with my friends, do some sport, go to the cinema, go shopping, traveling. I'm a common human being.
Now answer with just one or two words.
Okay?
Are you a dog or a cat person?
Dog person.
Beach or mountain?
Beach.
Summer or winter?
Always summer.
A film?
The Green Mile.
A book?
The Shadow of the Wind. La Sombra del Viento.
Fish or meat?
Fish.
Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook.
Something that has happened recently in current event and interests you.
Trump's impeachment. And
Describe yourself in 2 words.
stubborn and brave.
Thanks so much, Miss Sanabria.
You're welcome.